Hello, and thank you for watching. I don't know how you got this link, but this could be the thing that you were praying for, as things happen for a reason, as we all know. But there's a lot to cover on this, and to fill you with all the pertinent information that you need to at least make somewhat of a decision. I want to apologize up front that I may not be the most eloquent speaker. I am just the developer of this system, but I can tell you that what we're looking at and the platform, this is in all likelihood, if this flies, I should say when this flies, is looking to project into the billions of dollars. And I'm confident that even the first 100 people involved would be an astronomical number of profitability, which makes you wonder, why are you listening to this, and is this what's the deal? Okay, so let's see. I have recorded this message many times to not only speak it properly, but clearly, and just when you're talking about a worldwide operation. Now, I will tell you, don't let that scare you away, that the reason how this is so big is because of the simplistic platform. It is not difficult. It's just difficult to explain it to somebody new. So I will tell you, I was having challenge in the beginning stages trying to introduce this to anybody, because the simplicity of it was underwhelming, and I would sometimes feed into, oh, this ain't gonna work, or maybe that's because it's so new and unique that nobody has really ventured into this type of structured business. Now, what I did come up with, or what I did reflect on after some thinking, I was trying to find some other business in the world that was similar, because how many worldwide businesses are there that you know of? There's not a lot. I mean, maybe some small engineering companies, whatever. So I did find one, and I do feel that we are eerily similar. And most of you have probably heard of the company Uber, okay? So, and I'm going to get into the industry of what we do, but it's almost irrelevant, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a profit margin. This is for people that are investors. First of all, I'll tell you, this is an investment. If you don't have $1,000 to $10,000 to put into this, it's very unlikely that this would be something for you. Secondly, we are looking for operating investors. We don't need you to just put your money in, but it's not, I'm not going to say it's like buying stock in Uber, but it is kind of. Thirdly, you got to be a risk taker. So if you find yourself in those three parameters, and then there is a way, if you are just a solid investor and what we say here intrigues you enough, I have a means and a way for you to invest. It's just, I'm trying to connect it to Uber, which is the closest similar thing. So for instance, when the developer and owner of Uber was starting to promote this, wouldn't you think that he was getting very, not very excitable people jumping on board necessarily, because what is he offering? What is he offering that people don't already have? Hey, we're going to pick people up at their house and drop them off at some business. Well, hey, there's taxi companies. That's nothing new. Give us something different. It wasn't like, wow, that's so great. What was so great about Uber? Why was it great? What did they do differently than the taxi cab company? The taxi cab company has what? The biggest thing they have. They got overhead. They gotta take care and maintain all of that. and that costs money, which ultimately rolls down to the customer. So when Uber came out, it just exploded. And I don't know how many countries they are in the world, but I know they're big. And this is virtually a complete exact copy what we're doing in this industry. And our cost factors are 1,000 times higher, because what Uber's paying for a ride is $30, $20. Ours is $5,000, $8,000 per transaction. Now, before I get off, and you're probably just wondering, what is this? Okay, so I want you to hold on to your hats, because you're going to be blown away of how exciting this is. But let me tell you first off, before I tell you, holding the excitement here, we have generated a large amount of money. I'm not going to say how much, but we have operated for a couple years the taxi company structure, the traditional brick and mortar structure. What opportunity we had from that was to take the numbers, to utilize the actual what we can charge the customer, what demographics, all these projections that we can look at. And then the challenges is we had to liquidate or just divest or completely close that last operation, which was the taxi company, because now we want to do Uber. So this is a ground floor opportunity, and it's nothing special. And I'll tell you right now what it is it's gutter protection. And you guys are falling back in your seats like, wow, this is going to be awesome. I can see it right now. So hopefully the industry and the product isn't why you're listening, but you're listening because you're an entrepreneur and you have a third sense to you to see and understand maybe a bigger level of expansion, okay? Because what we're dialing into now, of course, we don't have the mass daily duplication or mass daily need of the service. Hey, I need all these people going to and fro. But what we do have is a high demand industry that 95% of all gutter protection systems and products fail. And who are the people that are buying these systems? These people are predominantly wealthy people. They're the higher entourage of society. They are homeowners, and on top of that, if they have gutters, they like a home with an experience. So you're dialing into retirees, you're dialing into people that have the money, but they're also not stupid, because, and I really can tell you from face value, walking into this industry 3 years ago, maybe 3.5, that I had no clue this was even a need that anyone even wanted it, because I owned a house, but I had no trees, okay? So, and I just, maybe it's not something you talk about at Christmas time with the family. Hey, my gutters are clogged. So if you don't own the house, and maybe you do or you don't, but if you do own a house and you have ample tree coverage, you know that they clog, because a large majority, if you have any tree coverage whatsoever and a gutter, it's a very high percentage that your gutters are clogging, if not 100%. Because I have not met one owner in the history of doing this that owns trees that are above their home that hasn't had to either hire a service or has attempted to invest money in a gutter protection system or guard. And with a 95% failure rate, there's a huge demand, and this demand is coming from people that have money. So let me get into the comparison. When we're charging anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 for these systems, the money is, from a traditional business, is good. Now, if you can eliminate your overhead, it's through the roof. So with this system, what we have done is we have eliminated all the overhead. There are a few things, but now we do have hard numbers that we have in black and white, as well as many reports. We have handwritten checks from hundreds and hundreds of homeowners paying $5,000 up to $10,000 for these systems that we've installed. And the profit margin was maybe 15%. We're talking 79% profit margin, because, and in fact, that number could likely grow because the way the structure is, the quality will increase, the guarantees will be 100%, which there's no companies out there. There's no companies out there in the industry anywhere that can offer what we offer, that actually perform. Our system is virtually flawless. And with all the accumulation of what we offer, and the price points, the profit margin, and the limited overhead, this is where we start to need people to operate. So the positions now, guys, if I haven't explained this clearly, I'm trying to make you understand. Now, you can argue that this is impossible all day long, but until you have all the facts, you can't argue that. So hopefully I'm inclining some of you to at least listen a little longer and consider the simplicity of the duplication and how we can generate this kind of money. So the positions now, we are looking for, ideally, we want skilled sales managers. Ideally, in-home sales managers. People that have dealt with selling windows, solar, gutters, whatever. Secondly, we need and want and are looking for contractors. Any contractor out there that has ran a crew. We need someone that either owns a business, can operate a business, because, by the way, these positions are all ownership positions. Now, the difference with the structure, and I'm not going to get into how this works, guys, ladies and gentlemen, just because that is what the next step is. If you're intrigued enough, I can tell you all the flow of operations are there, the money is there, and the systems, all the contracts, waivers, everything from A to Z for a worldwide platform is all ready to go. But we need these operators, and the last I was mentioning with the contractors, there's 3 divisions for every sale, okay? And we're calling these things machines. There will be an ownership position for each division within each machine. A machine facilitates the entire process together. So you will have with the machine the mother company, which is Uber, and then I'm correlating Uber, which is our mother in our name, or our parent, I apologize, our parent company in our name. Then we have the installation division, which is an owner position. And then we have the sales division, which is an ownership position. All 3 of these work together to generate a machine. Every city in America, probably 80%, maybe less, that have obviously trees, some like Arizona, stuff like that, we're not going to go. But 80% of all the major cities in America will have a machine up for bid. Now the difference with at least the ownership and the stock holding, like with Uber, the difference is Uber had, let's say, 1,000 drivers within the city of Oklahoma City. We are going to have 2 owners within Oklahoma City. Those 2 owners are now pretty much taking the money by operating a simplified process in Oklahoma City. So these simplified task operations, as I was kind of trying to make an example, there's many things we're doing differently with just the construction type process, your typical window installation company process, or just business 101 even. Is that a traditional business, or whether you're management, owner, or an employee, or a subcontractor, every one of you know that there is a ton of job duties and job tasks, and you have the upper powers lording over you with the whip of some sort, pushing you to operate at max capacity. Why does the Uber driver stick around? Do you think the Uber driver would stick around if he had a manager? First of all, it would dip into the profit margin. Secondly, it would create overhead. And thirdly, they wouldn't like the job. They love it. I mean, they may not make no money, which is irrelevant to you guys, at least at the ownership positions. But the thing is, most of these Uber guys, they don't care because it's so easy and they can make money when they want to. And that's kind of what the opportunity you will offer in this industry as an owner in these machines. And I will tell you, your management task operations are brainless to most degree. You are not going to be doing all these things. You're going to be doing one thing repetitively every day on a massive scale as we grow. And that is the key to our duplication and success. Because instead of doing, you know how it is when you do anything in repetition, being the install owner, all you are going to do is schedule your installers to go and install this product. And I will tell you that anyone can do it, which is a whole nother demographic to get into our conversation about the simplicity of this industry. But with a 95% failure rate, it's most probable that 90 to 100% of the people that are purchasing these from us have already tried the try it yourself stuff, and now they're fed up, and their fascia on their home, their $1 million home, is being ruined, and they're either paying some hack job handyman to come through and take care of it. Does he have insurance? Hey, I got $1 million house. Does this guy have insurance? Well, the gutters are overflowing by the pool and we can't sit out there. It's a problem that people can't take care of. So we have this solution. We have the 100% guarantee for the solution. Also, the traditional American style gutter, the patent, is now probably the most popular all over the world. So, by the way, we already have our manufacturing partner. All of the product is already distributed. And the beauty of this is, as we grow, we can adopt and adapt new systems because we are taking this from a service standpoint. I don't know if I'm being too vague here, and I'm just giving you like these numbers and you're not digesting the capabilities here. So what it comes down to is the overhead, okay? I can't get into the I don't even have the time to explain it all because it's challenging. Maybe I'm challenged person. But I will tell you, the demand is there. We have the supply that no one else has. Now, there is one company that we compete with that just started generating into the billions. Within 2 years, they started generating $1 billion. That one company alone, by the way, is a complete brick and mortar operation. Their profit margin, I can't assume or guess, but I'm thinking it's, maybe high, but it's not going to be nearly what we offer. And then what happens obviously is our overhead is limited to zero as we get our machines duplicating all over the world, Ireland, Australia, Dubai, at any country that has residential homes and gutters and trees. We can set up shop and duplicate this within a week. We could set up a machine every week all over the world. So this is again where we need operators. You are an owner. You adopt and participate with the parent company. The parent company and the two divisions all participate together. Now, hopefully you're getting excited and you want to see more or know more, but I'm not remotely exaggerating on the kind of money we can make and the opportunity at hand. But to implement this properly, that's why there is some type of requirement. So if you are not the type of person that has management experience, but you have money to invest, what I would recommend you doing is sharing this with a contractor or sharing this with a proven salesperson that understands basic sales. I mean, we don't need the most genius people, guys. This is gutter protection. You should see the people that work in gutter protection. They're not the most, not to be condescending, but it's brainless. The only thing these people are buying, which again, most people try to do it themselves. When you go to Home Depot or go anywhere, you're gonna see hundreds of different options online. And the reason being is because I believe is the $1 billion, our number one competitor, which you've probably seen the commercials. They came in and destroyed it. They were, in fact, I know a lot about this company, and I'm another person that saw the money, but no one thought to develop this type of infrastructure, especially with the zero overhead. So now you're taking already an astronomical cost factor that these people are paying if you come correct with a solid guarantee, because Mr. Joe Smith in Billings, Montana does not and it will not climb up on his roof anymore because he's done with it. And he's already tried all the other stuff. And who are you and what do you want in my house? Sir, we have the solution. And here is our results. Here are our ratings, as well as former customers. We guarantee your gutters never to clog or leak, and an unheard of flow performance guarantee. That means that the water will flow properly into their gutters, as well as properly keep the debris out of their gutters to where they're protecting their investment. If we can come to the table and prove that, it's a grand slam home run. And with our presentation already set up, all of our sales processes, again, this whole operation is completely ready to go. Why don't we just hire you as an employee because you won't show up to work and do work as hard as you need to work, because I'll be lying to you if I tell you it'll be easy, because there could be some learning curves along with a new system and a new business structure that, you know, just because it's similar to Uber doesn't mean that we've tried and tested it. It's not an app driven application as well. There's some other marketing, which, by the way, your investment goes into a marketing pool. One last thing, I'm going to wrap this up. There is a profit share on you get your money from being an owner from the proceeds. There's an additional profit share from the parent company that you get a profit share from. So just that alone, guys, if what I'm saying, maybe it's just a farce, but if you invest in this, you will get a profit share from what we do with it. And if you don't have the credentials or the skills to be able to manage 100 to 200 installers or sales staff in a very simplified, streamlined manner, a lot of this is going to be coordinating and scheduling. You're just going to be a scheduler and sending out maybe instructionals, like what Uber does when you first start. They come to your house and check out your car. You may do the same thing, because all of our drivers have a wrapped company vehicle. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to get into right now, because as far as being an operations investor, there are not a lot of things, but there's a protocol. But that's the nuts and bolts of what we're doing. If you're interested, the number to contact me is on the link, or it's right here. I don't know how we're going to do this because it's an audio message right now. If you have $1,000 or up to 10, we're doing. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm wrapping up. So just to recap, 79% profit margin on every sale. Average sale is $2,500, and the demand is extremely high, and the expansion is unlimited. And I look forward to meeting any of you that are considering this. So my contact information is in the link, and God bless you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.